Hi, everybody. It's me, Jeremiah, here. Just wanted to announce that today I'm going to be interviewing a very special person today. A special person who happens to be the owner of Ben's Chili Bowl. Please give a warm welcome to the lovely and talented Virginia Ali. Hello, Virginia Ali.
Hello, Jeremiah. Nice to be here with you.
Nice to be here with you too, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you very much.
Nice. You look wonderful today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I just have a couple of questions to ask you here today.
Okay.
The first question is, what was the history of Ben's Chili Bowl, and how did Ben's Chili Bowl come about as a restaurant?
My husband came from Trinidad to matriculate here at our universities, and he actually was at Howard Dental School, but because of a serious accident, he wasn't able to complete the program. But he's worked his way through college by working in restaurants. So I came to Washington from Virginia in 1952, and my first job was at the bank down the street, an African-American family-owned and operated bank. My husband and I saw each other there, and he was a bit, forward. He wrote a little note and asked that I call him. Of course, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Ladies didn't do that back then, 1957, so I didn't do that. But he called, and I said, "You've been at Howard Dental School?" When he told me what he had done, he'd been at Howard Dental School. Wow. And I said, "Do you know Dr. Joe Henry, and do you know Dr. Basil Keene?" I named 3 or 4 people. And I thought, okay, it's safe for me to give him my home phone number now. So he did. He asked me out, and I asked that he bring one of those mutual friends to meet the family as well. And we did that, and he and I made a date the following week, and we were married for 51 years when he died. But
Wow.
when we fell in love and wanted to be married, he wanted to be self-employed and asked if I would partner with him in opening a little restaurant, because he had worked his way through college by working in restaurants. And I said, yes, I would be happy to do that. And that's how we began to talk about this restaurant, this Ben's Chili Bowl. We knew that the area was still just coming out of some segregation. It was still a segregated city.
Yeah.
And we wanted to open in a place that was busy and had a lot of walk-by traffic and all of that. And this street out here was known as Black Broadway.
Wow.
U Street was known as Black Broadway.
Black Broadway.
It was the
That's
entertainment center for African Americans during that time. So if we could get a place on Black Broadway, that would be fantastic. Well, we were fortunate enough to do that. So we were able to get this open on August 22nd, 1958. He had this great chili recipe that he thought would make every sandwich in the world taste great. We decided to put them on half smokes and hot dogs and burgers. And that's how we got started.
Wow, that's really, really inspiring.
This community this U Street had 3 powerful state-of-the-art movie houses. The Lincoln Theater, which is still next door, that had a fabulous ballroom underneath. And then the Republic Theater was in the following block, and a Booker T was further up. So when a first-rate movie was released in Hollywood and came to the White Theater downtown that we could not attend, it would come to one of ours the very same day.
What do customers and guests mean when they say the quote, "Whatever you do, never change this place"?
We opened it in '58, and we made it look very modern for that time. There was this big window in the front. It only had 1 pane of glass when we opened it, and you could see all the way through. So it was very well lighted. It was jazzy because we had a great jukebox and we played loud music. We were open from 11 o'clock in the morning until 3 a.m.
Whoa.
and 4 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights, because this was a happening town. This was a town that enjoyed nightlife. And we had all these great musicians and artists in the area. It was wonderful.
Yes, I bet it was. Now, this is a bit of a funny question. If you had to describe what a half smoke is in your own words, what would you say it is?
I would say it's a delicious, delicious sausage topped with our very own spicy homemade chili sauce. It's wonderful. It is a half beef, half pork sausage that's smoked a little bit.
Oh, definitely sounds delicious. I would try it in a heartbeat.
Oh, yes.
And now, is there any kind of event or celebrations that you do at Ben's Chili Bowl to honor your husband, Ben?
Well, we've always celebrated I guess, our good times here at Ben's Chili Bowl. We started with the big celebration after 40 years, and we've done one every 5 years since that time. You know, what was most rewarding to me was to see how people turned out for that. On that first one, the very first one, when my son said, "Mama, you've been here 40 years, I think we should celebrate." I said, "Okay." My husband and I went to Trinidad to visit his family, and he called and said, "You're going to have to come back early because this is turning out to be a little bigger than I thought." And we came in, he said the street would be closed the next morning, the whole block would be closed. There would be a press conference, and after the press conference there would be a street party, you know, the go-go music and all that. So we had a great time. And what was so rewarding about that was that people stood in line all day to come in to support us to buy a chili dog.
Honestly, I think what it means to me interviewing you is my very first time interviewing a legend, because I've always aspired to be like a talk show host one day when I grow up more in life, and yes, it's my very first time out of all the instances that I'm the one getting interviewed.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. You're doing it very well. You're well on your way.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm flattered. Thank you very much, Virginia.
There's a lot to talk about when you come to the Chili Bowl, you know. I feel so gratified that I was here during this time, because we were here during the Civil Rights Movement. We were here when Martin Luther King was planning his march on Washington and would pop in and visit with us. On occasion, I'd have time to sit with him for a little bit. I was here when he was assassinated, and we were the only place that was able to remain open during 3 nights of curfew.
Wow, that's
And
a
then
long time.
I was here to witness the inauguration of an African-American president, something I never thought I'd see. When President Obama was elected and he moved to Washington, his very first place to come out to eat was here at Ben's Chili Bowl. So I've had a great time here. And then, last but not least, to be here to see the inauguration of a female lady of color as our vice president. So I've lived through some very good times here at Ben's Chili Bowl.
Yes, very good times. I'm glad to hear all about it, Miss Ali. Thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome. Thank you.